To all the married men, what is that something your wife does that makes think you won the lottery in marriage aspect of life? I have a mild speech impediment. If she sees me struggling in a conversation with a stranger, she will cover for me. There is a water bottle on my bedside table. I regularly drink from it. I have never ever filled it. This strongly resonates with me. When I was going through chemotherapy, my wife got me this giant water jug and kept it constantly full of fresh ice water. Staying so hydrated was one of the only things that helped me deal with the chemo sickness. She's my angel. The way she speaks so highly of me when I'm not around. My wife says she feels awkward when she's with friends and they're all saying bad things about their husbands. She doesn't have much negative to say about me since I pull my weight with chores, help with the kids and fix anything and everything. Honestly, the longer you're with someone the more they get to see every side of you, good and bad. When someone knows you inside and out and still chooses to love you and wants to be with you every day, that's it. My husband has been upset all day because he couldn't make me happy for the rest of the day because something he did upset me. I told him I would go out for food and maybe something sweet and I'll be back, and that maybe doing those things would put me in a better mood and for him not to worry so much about me. I came back with food for him and after eating, I laid down on the couch next to him while he worked on a project he has to get done for work. He just now looked over and said, "I'm sorry I couldn't make you happy earlier, but I'm happy you still choose to lay down next to me instead of going in the other room away from me." I think it warms my heart even more to know that even when he upsets me, and I've already apologized to him countless times and have said it's not a big deal, he can still see that I love him even when he upsets me. Being near him is so natural and automatic. I didn't even notice I did anything different at all. I don't think it's a big deal, but for him, my happiness brings him so much more joy. He's expressed this to me many times through the years together. I was bullied and abused my entire life both at home and at school, but through countless therapy sessions and changing myself for the better, I don't think about those past events anymore. When he talks about my emotions, I forget how much he worries for me. And I truly cherish him for his ability to care so much for someone as insignificant as myself. I've always wanted a life partner, and I never really thought it would happen. He reminds me I matter, and I'm eternally grateful for him. I'm kind of a dreamer. She is pragmatic. She has never once done anything but support my dreams when she sees they're real, and she gently pushes when she can tell I'm just talking. She's been a wonderful mother to our children, just a very loving, nurturing and involved mom. They are all adults now, but she's still a fantastic mother, just as she's been since their births. Seconded on this one. I wouldn't be half the dad, or man, that I am if not for how amazing of a mother my wife is. My wife has fostered so many amazing skills and beliefs in our children through the sheer force of love and unwavering support. Speaking of fostering, my wife and I were never able to have children of our own, but we fostered 3 kids over the years. 2 left after graduating from high school, 1 stayed with us all the way through college. She's now an RN that's a nursing manager in a hospital, bought her own house and has a son of her own that thinks of my wife and I as grandma and grandpa. Couldn't be more proud of how far she's come from when we took her in. None of this would have happened without my wife's love, patience and understanding. She laughs at my stupid jokes. Like all of them. And if she doesn't laugh, she gives me a WTF look that makes us both laugh. She's the only person in the world that I can be 100% myself around, and I know none of my weirdness is going to turn her off. We both feel that we traded up to be with each other. We both have accomplished so much because of each other's unwavering support and encouragement. She is the smartest, kindest, and sexiest woman I have ever known. I have truly won the marriage lottery. We act like complete goofballs in front of each other. Like, One of us will walk into a room one of us is in and just do something silly. For no reason. Whether it's doing some stupid dance or saying something dumb, we just laugh. It's great being married to someone I can truly be myself and vice versa. It's super mundane sounding, but my wife scratches my back with a level of skill that is hard to describe. It's one of the greatest things I've ever felt. I wish my husband said the same about my back scratches. He says I claw him to death with my sharp talons. We never yell at each other, ever. I wish I could say we've never yelled at each other, but that would be lying. We've been married more than 3 decades and arguments can get really heated every now and then. Fortunately it's not very often. But I have to admit one thing, even if she does something that makes me really angry, she has never done anything that wasn't completely consistent with who she really is as a person. That's refreshingly honest. She's never done anything with the intent to hurt me in any way. Knowing that really makes forgiveness a lot easier to give and receive. Because, let's face it, sometimes I know I've really hissed her off, too. When people enter our home, they feel important. My wife understands more than anything the importance of graciously hosting people in your home. I am an introverted person with limited energy but in possession of a servant's heart. So I value her leadership when people walk through the door, and we are 2 people wanting only to serve our guests and make people happy. It doesn't matter if you are unannounced or planned. We are a team and we will make you glad you stopped by. Life is people, relationships, after all. My wife is 5 feet even and has big, bright eyes. When she hugs me and looks up at me with those eyes, there isn't anything in the world I'd trade for it. She is the most beautiful woman I have ever and will ever see. I didn't have any sunlight in my life before I met her, and now everything is bright. Got attacked when younger, that left me unconscious for 8 days when Elle was in high school. You can search my profile for the story, but I don't hear or see well on my left plus a speech impediment. She takes over for both issues. I've also suffered massive PTSD and anxiety, and she knows a ton of calming methods for me that took me years to realize she was doing them on purpose. I'm ADHD, and when we met she didn't understand it, so researched into it. Throughout the day I ask her to remind me to do something. The next morning I have a little list sent to my phone with things I wanted and needed to do. It's extremely helpful. Without it, I'd be screwed. She's also found ways to help me study for my state exams. I was a depressive addict before her. 12 years together, 10 married. I'd be useless without her. Honestly, she's pushed me to do things I didn't know I was capable of doing. We're not rich, low middle class, but she's never complained. She just plots our routes in life and helps me achieve them. She doesn't have to be with me if she wanted money. Her parents are rich. She stayed and I'm beyond lucky. When my mother was dying of cancer, my wife took care of her in her last weeks. We had home care, but in the last week it wasn't enough. As my family were all men and mother was a very proud woman, she would never allow one of us boys to care for her at our most vulnerable. Northern English, if you know, you know. My wife said without missing a beat, "I'll do it." My mother said to my wife, "You can't do this." I never wanted a daughter-in-law to ever be in this position. My wife looked at her and said, "Would you do it for me?" My mother said, "Of course." My wife replied, "Then it's settled." My wife sponge bathed her, fed her and spent time with her, all without being asked, for my mother's last week of life. She happened to be there when my mother said her last words and began slipping away. Why did she do it? Simply because she's a ducking amazing person. For that act, I can never repay her. And that's why I feel I won the wife lottery. It's quite a long list. She's seen the worst of me and still sticks around. She manages so many things for us. Healthcare, budget, shopping, all the bases covered. She surprises me sometimes with little things she knows I like maybe a small box of Slim Jim snacks on my desk or a new drink offering at whatever food place she's gotten takeout from. She once got me a subscription to Playboy magazine out of the blue for no reason whatsoever. Just the coolest wife ever. She puts up with my extended family, which can be really hard to do, but she manages with them better than I do sometimes. She plays video games with me regularly. She left her home continent to live across an ocean with me. She's been, and continues to be, an outstanding mother to our 3 grown-as children, and is one of the smartest, kindest, and most empathetic people I know. And a million little things too numerous to recall right now, never mind listing them. Holy duck, I don't deserve her. I've thought this very thing on most days in the more than 30 years we've been married. I can say pretty confidently at this point that I'll never love another like I love her. I'm a lucky, lucky man. My sister died in a car accident and had 2 teenage daughters whose estranged father was living in another state. I knew I was the only family member on either side willing to fight for custody of the kids, but I didn't know how my wife would react to going from no children to having 2 teenage girls. At that time, we were also just starting to try and have our own first child. Before I could even get the nervous words out of my mouth to explain what I wanted to do, she, without hesitation, said, "We're going to try to get custody of the girls," right as if it was a no-brainer that anyone would step up to do the right thing in this situation. I instantly started crying. It was a very revealing moment that solidified not just my love for my wife but my confidence in her that she will love and support me no matter what. I'm losing weight, but I still have terrible body image issues. I told her that I was avoiding looking in the mirror at myself, and she suggested that we take off our clothes, stand in front of the mirror, hold each other's hands, and point out the things we see that we don't like about ourselves. Keep in mind, this is a floor-length mirror. Then we would tell the other person how we feel about those things. Obviously, we adore the things that the other person is self-conscious about. But we kept going. We went beyond what the other person mentioned, talking about all the other things we love about our bodies. And then we started talking about what we liked about ourselves. I wasn't comfortable in the beginning, but standing next to her like that, being so vulnerable together, I could see how well we were made for each other. A few days later, I was at my parents' house after a shower and saw myself in the mirror. And I didn't hate it the way I would have a week before. It's one of the most meaningful things anyone has ever done for me, and it totally took me by surprise. I'm tearing up writing about it.